Hey, you guys, welcome to our coaching webinar. I would love it if when you hopped on, just so I know I'm in the right spot and you can see and hear everything, that you just show some hearts, leave a little love. Hey, Robin, hey, Megan, I see you guys are on. Yay. Okay, so welcome to our Why Not coaching webinar, where I hope everyone else has also brought a glass of wine, so I'm not the only one. I've got mine. I've got my glass of wine. I've got my cat. And we're going to talk all about coaching. And I want you to feel free to ask me questions and, talk back and forth with me while I present this webinar, because that's what this is for. This is a two-way street, you guys. So please feel free. I'm gonna get started right away because I have a lot that I wanna share. And the first bit of information, hey Taylor, hey Robin. The first bit of information, hey Jana, whoop whoop. Hey Trisha, oh my gosh, you guys, I just love you guys so much. Is kind of just me and my story. Hey Heidi, hey Cynthia. Okay, I have to stop saying hi to people. Goodness gracious, you guys are amazing. So I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit about me in a nutshell, because I want, not so I could just be like, hey, look at me and all that I've done and where I was and what I've overcome, but because I want you to kind of envision yourself in my shoes in one way or another, and understand that everyone has different obstacles. Everyone has different setbacks and reasons why they feel like they can't do bigger, greater things in life. Reasons why it's okay to settle, and you don't have to, period. You just don't have to. So for me, here's my transformation in a nutshell. I've always struggled with health and fitness dating back to my early teen years. I was an emotional eater, a yo-yo dieter through high school. I used food and fitness as a way to punish myself for all of the insecurities I had and the qualities about myself that I disliked. By the time I was in my late teens, I was sick of the vicious cycle, so I went all in with my weight loss. Having an eating disorder was a really ugly thing. I would mostly starve myself. Sometimes I would binge and purge. I spent hours chewing up food and spitting it out before I swallowed it, and I got down to about 110 pounds. I stopped having periods. I was ruining my teeth. I looked sick. I looked unhealthy, to the point where when my grandma came to visit, who didn't see me very often, it had been probably about a year between the times that she saw me. She walked into our house and literally her jaw hit the floor. She said nothing to me because I was all proud of how skinny I was, but she looked at my mom, later I found out, and burst into tears and said, "What's wrong with Nicolette? Why is she so sick?" However, when I looked in the mirror, I saw someone who was fat and disgusting. And I was so hard on myself that I never, I couldn't measure up to anyone. The fact that I had social anxiety and that I was an introvert and I wasn't bubbly and I wasn't just naturally a smart girl or anything like that. I let all of those insecurities hold me back from having friends, being social, playing sports, or trying hard at anything because of fear of failure and rejection. And it got to the point where one day I was crying on the floor in my room and I found myself terrified that this is what life looked like for me. I was just this structure ready to crumble at any time, and I was stuck. And how could I ever be normal? How could I have a job? How could I find a husband? How could I ever have children when I was such a disaster? I was so obsessive about food. I could only think about how to not eat and how to outwork any caloric intake that I did have, and I wanted to stop, but I didn't know how. So after lots of denial, I became desperate enough, and this was my rock bottom, because I stonewalled my family as well. When they didn't deserve it, I shut them all out too. I allowed my mom to put me into therapy because I refused to talk to her. And so I figured if I could talk to a stranger, a professional of some kind, then maybe I could express whatever it is in there that I didn't know that I needed to express and release. So it was during these sessions that I finally realized my big why, my reason to find inner strength and self-love. And this is where I always cry, no matter what. My reason to fight to be healthy and strong and to be the best version of me. And that reason was my children. A decade before they were even born, I knew I wanted to be an amazing mother to them. And I didn't want them to have a mom who was the type of example that I currently was in the lifestyle that I was living. I wanted them to have a mom who was healthy and energetic and strong and a positive ray of light when it came to eating right and fitness and confidence. And so I had a lot of changing that I needed to do. And there was no way that I was gonna go on and try to live my life being an example of someone who uses food and fitness as a weapon against herself. So I went on with these therapy sessions. I was able to start eating again, get back to normal life. I put weight back on. And this is when I discovered my passion for working out, like lifting weights. I joined a gym. I did group fitness. I loved free weights. But I was still overcomplicating things. I would spend hours at the gym and my eating was basically still highly processed diet foods that were marketed as being good to eat if you're trying to be healthy and fit, even though it was just a load of crap. You know what I'm talking about? Like the low fat, low carb, low calorie, sugar-free BS. So that's what I was, Boca Burger. I was surviving off of all of this stuff that had literally zero nutritional value. And because I was training so hard and undernourished, I still found myself with like no results. I was still this fluffy, like skinny fat person who was just so pissed. So health and fitness, I mean, it can seem so confusing. And that's how I lived life for a long, long time. And it wasn't until 2014 that I discovered something that worked. I was 6 months postpartum with my daughter, Evangeline. I found my mindset kind of slipping back into that negative space, and I was scared that I would go back to old food habits. And I didn't want to slip back into that. And I didn't have time for it. I was a mom at that point with a 6-month-old. Like, they don't have a schedule. I couldn't work out for 2 hours a day and time for an eating disorder. There is no time for that. So on top of that, on top of just feeling lost in my own body, trying to go to Target and finding a pair of shorts that would fit and having to buy them 3 sizes bigger than normal. And they're like the legit mom shorts that are just not flattering. They kind of look, you guys, I grew up in a Christian school where we wore uniforms and we had pleated shorts down to our knees that we had to wear. And those were basically the type of shorts that I was wearing again as a new mom. And I was just like, what the heck is even happening? I was miserable. And so on top of that, I was lonely. I was lacking in fulfillment. The days were monotonous. I left my career as a teacher and all of a sudden I was home, living out my dream. Like staying at home with my daughter was a dream come true, but I didn't realize how lonely it would be, especially living so far away from family. The days were just like Groundhog Day and the walls just started to close in on me. And I felt guilty for even having a reason to feel negative, and so my emotions were just a hot mess. I was just spiraling all over the place. And so around this time, when all of these things were just blowing up in my brain, one of my friends from high school messaged me about a new 25-minute program that had just come out. And you guys, the reason why I even stopped to read her message and listen is because her results were phenomenal. And so I ordered it. I ordered T25, and it took about 10 days for me to really start feeling and seeing changes with 25-minute workouts and a superfood shake that tastes like dessert. I was instantly obsessed. In 4 weeks, I was back to my postpartum self. In 8 weeks, I was in better shape than I ever was, ever. And by 12 weeks, like, I had outdone any health and fitness goals I had for myself. Like, outdone. I actually had a six-pack by 12 weeks postpartum. Like, it was insane. And then I found myself pregnant again. Because when you feel that freaking good, I guess you get frisky. So, boom, along comes Lachlan. But here's where the magic happened. I knew this was transforming my body, my health, my energy, my vitality. But I didn't realize how much the actual business of coaching would free me from the negative labels and awful mindset that I had about myself. I went from lonely, disconnected, and lacking in fulfillment or adventure to a new mama who was just craving something more, to a healthy, strong role model for my babies, and a health and fitness entrepreneur, someone who's leading a 2-time elite team in the top 20 of the company. I've been able to officially retire from teaching. I never have to go back, even when my kids are in school full time, because I make 6 times what I used to make as a teacher. And all of this started with a decision to say, yeah, I'll do it. Because I'm over here just losing my mind and my back's against a wall and I don't know what else to do. So I guess I'll just try this crazy freaking coaching thing, even though I have no clue what to do. I have no social media experience. I only know how to do health and fitness the wrong way. I went for it anyway, and it paid off well. I knew God put this opportunity in my life for a reason, and it all started with me saying, yeah, okay, I'll try it. So here you can see this was me when I was about 6 months postpartum with Evangeline, and the pictures that I saw and the clothes I was hiding under, I just didn't feel like me anymore. And this was me actually before I had children over here, when I was overtraining and under eating and yet still not in shape. And this was me about 9 months after I had my daughter. And then this was me after I had Lachlan. And then about 2 years after I had Lachlan. So, I mean, you guys, my body's been through a lot. I had 2 babies in 2 years, a C-section, a 9-pound VBAC. I mean, 40 plus pounds each pregnancy. It's been a wild ride. And I can tell you that no matter where you're at in your journey, there's something for everyone. And so we're going to move on a little bit. Okay, so why Beachbody? When T25 and Shakeology was brought into my life, all of my skepticism was easily removed. I wanted to scream it from the rooftops and show everyone how to feel as good as I felt with a 25 freaking minute workout and a shake that tastes like a Wendy's Frosty. I was just like, shut up, I don't care. Everyone needs this. On this slide here, you see this guy, these 2 men, that's Carl Deichler and John Congdon. They're actually the founders of Beachbody, the CEO and presidents. And I've had the privilege of meeting them both personally several times. And I can tell you, They are outstanding men who are in the trenches of this company day in and day out. They do not work any less hard than any of us coaches who are working or coaching businesses. The company started up as a health and fitness company through infomercials, and they did well. You probably know P90X, which was huge. But the issue was most people would buy the DVDs through the infomercial, give it a go, but never quite make it through the program. And so what they found was, back in the day, Beachbody actually had chat rooms. Like, who remembers chat rooms? Give me a heart drop if you know what I'm talking about. I know I had too much fun in chat rooms, but anyway, they had chat rooms, and those who engaged in chat rooms and shared their progress and chatted with other people who were going through the same exact program had more success, and they actually finished off the program and got results. Right? They were being held accountable and connecting with other people who were going through the same processes they were, and therefore getting results. Therefore, Team Beachbody was born, and this was a game changer for the company. Network marketing can have a bad rap because of how other companies carry themselves and how other reps advocate for their companies. You guys, most people do this the wrong way, and I don't blame you for thinking, oh, it's network marketing, oh, it's an MLM, that's disgusting. Because I thought the same exact thing. Beachbody is different. We lead by example. We lead by selling a lifestyle. We lead by becoming influencers of something good, positive, healthy, lasting, not by selling and by offering somebody something quick, a quick buy so you can get a quick fix and then we can move on with our lives. That's not what this is. And you'll learn how to do this in a graceful, genuine way so that you go from being a happy customer who's like, damn, I feel freaking good and I want to shout it from the rooftops, to a compensated advocate. And you do this, let me make sure you can see all these pictures here. And you do this by committing to your own health and fitness program. And if you've ever fully committed to one, especially like hashtag 80-day obsession, you know you're gonna get wild results. You share about it out loud. You inspire other people, and then you invite them to join you. That is it. That is the simplicity of this. From people with 100 pounds to lose to those who want to level up and achieve fitness goals most wouldn't dream of, there's something for everyone. You guys, I was the person, like, let me just scroll back up here. This was me after I had my baby, but this was after 80-day obsession. Before I finished 80-day obsession, I was just like, well, I feel okay. But you know what? It would be great if I could like do a figure competition, I guess. And not to say that I finished the program ready for a figure competition, but I never thought that I could be that lean and muscular, ever, ever. I surpassed my own goals. And that's like really magical, and it feels really good. And I know a lot of these transformations you see here, these women would say the same exact thing. And I could say that with 100% confidence because I am friends with every single one of them. Every single one. Everyone knows they should exercise. Everyone knows they should probably be eating a little bit healthier. But the main thing people miss when it comes to long-term changes is accountability. And what we do as coaches is support, encourage, and educate along our own journey. We share as we learn and grow. We don't have to start off all-knowing, you guys, but you'll become wildly knowledgeable in time, and you share those tidbits along the way. You can, with Beachbody, you can lose weight. You can gain weight, get abs, reshape your butt, grow muscles. Maybe you want to focus on nutrition only. You can do any of it with the tools we have here. There's something for everyone, and you're going to have a coach who's going to help you decide the best path and program to commit to. And your job is to really dive in and achieve the results you've been looking for so that you can share out loud just like this. You shared out loud. You create your own success story along the way. And through curiosity marketing, you invite people to join you. Now think about this. People don't buy from commercials or big brands anymore. We avoid that kind of crap like the plague. But what we do buy from is real life individuals who have a testimonial, who have a real life relatable story to share. That's called a micro influencer, and that's what you become. So let's talk about who this is not for. Okay, this might not be for you if... Now, as a former elementary school teacher, I have the mentality of like, yay, everyone can do this. Yes, let's all just like work towards goals and love each other and sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce and sing Kumbaya, and everyone's gonna be just fine. But the reality is, this is not for everyone. Number one, if you avoid change at all costs out of fear of the unknown, even if your current reality is less than stellar, this is not for you. Now, I know change can be scary and trying new things is awkward. There's always going to be a learning curve, you guys. And believe me, when I got started as a coach, I had all kinds of fear and self-doubt, all kinds. And I think that's perfectly normal. But if you're someone who's going to resist that change and not be willing to learn and grow, then this isn't for you. This isn't for you if you're seeking instant gratification and are going to give up at the first sign of adversity or challenge. Personally, I hate it when anyone else doesn't like what I'm doing. But what I've come to realize is when you are following your heart, you're staying true to yourself and being genuine, and you're living out something that you can be passionate about while also being rewarded for and creating financial freedom for your family for, who gives a freaking F what anyone else has to say, you guys? Like, people are gonna be negative Nancy's, they just will. Who cares? Who cares? In addition to that, this business takes time to grow. It's not one of those things where you can say, well, I'm going to sign up as a coach, and in my first year, I want to be able to quit my full-time job and, move into my dream home. It's taken me 4 years to get where I'm at. This month is my 4-year anniversary, and I'm going to make at least $20,000 this month. I used to make $20,000 a year as a teacher in a small private school. So the income potential is real, but it's taken 4 years and a lot of work on my end for that kind of pace in growth and momentum in my business. Everyone's looks different, and income is not guaranteed, but I can tell you, if you're in this and you become unstoppable, you can make huge things happen for your business, for every other person that you and your team touch. Whether it's a coach, whether it's a customer, whether it's somebody that never buys anything from you, but because they see you on social media, they stop drinking the soda pop. They stop putting so much crap in their coffee. Like, it's the most rewarding business you could possibly be a part of in every single way. But it doesn't come instantly. It doesn't. And then lastly, if you like being managed, you need to have a schedule, you need structure, you need somebody to tell you exactly what to do, when to do it. You have to clock in, you have to clock out. AKA, you need to be an employee. This business isn't for you, because there's a lot of freedom when it comes to being like owning your own home fitness business. I get to show up every single day to work wearing my UGG slippers, no makeup, and my pajamas. That's amazing, right? But you know what I also have to do? I have to drag my ass out of bed at 5 a.m. I have to work from 5 to 7 to make sure that I get things done before my family gets up. Okay, so it's easy to do. It's easy to show up to, but it's also easy not to. So you have to be someone with a discipline who's going to show up to your business one way or another. Whether it's waking up before everyone else does, whether it's staying up 2 hours later, whether it's working in pockets throughout the day or taking a lunch break and taking another hour. Like, you can decide when and how, but you just have to. You have to. Okay, so who is this for? Let's flip the switch a little bit. We are seeking those who are ready for a change and are willing to make short-term sacrifices if it means they'll have a better quality of life long-term. Now, I know the word sacrifice kind of sucks. Like, what does that even mean, Nicolette? Why are you talking about sacrifices? But here's the type of sacrifice I'm talking about. Sacrifice of sleep. Like I said, I wake up at 5 a.m. That's not always easy, but I sacrifice that extra 2 hours of sleep than if I just laid there in bed, sleeping in until my children came to wake me up. And I am happy to do it. Or is it sacrificing a Netflix show at night? Or is it sacrificing, those off the wagon weekends where you just go and do whatever the heck you want and you sabotage your full week's result? Is it sacrificing that so that you can finally accomplish the health and fitness goals that you've been craving for so long, so that you can share them and inspire other people to take some action just like you did? Those are the type of sacrifices I'm talking about. I'm not asking for a limb or your firstborn. It's just a sacrifice of time or effort and making your business a priority. We're looking for people who want to improve physically, mentally, and financially. You want more in life and you've got that gut feeling. It's like a mix of excitement and anxiety when you think about what you could possibly achieve as a coach. Like, it makes your heart rate go up. You're like, oh my God, I want to do it so bad, but I just don't know if I can. I feel like I could be so passionate about it, and then all the negative self-talk comes into play. Drop that. If this makes your heart go pitter-patter, health, fitness, wellness, helping others, then this is for you. You need to do this. If you want a lifestyle for your family where you can travel freely, go on vacations, have financial freedom, no debt, send your kids to whatever school they want to go to, create a legacy for your family, the opportunity is here and it revolves around health and fitness. So if you have a passion for health and fitness on top of wanting all of those other things, stop and really consider this. We're looking for people who are ready for an upgrade in life. You want more than the status quo. You have dreams you want to pursue. And it's important that you make a difference. You know that you're put here for a reason. Like, you've gone through a whole lot of shit in life and you're like, why did I make it through all that? There's got to be a reason why I'm still here. There has to be. I know for me, like, that's me. I'm like, I am still here for a reason. I've had a few near-death experiences, and I know that for some crazy reason, I'm still here. And this business is one of those reasons. And I pray about it every morning, like, why is this sitting here? Why am I doing this? Because I know there's a bigger purpose, and I'm going to figure it out, and it's going to be huge. I've got a vision for my family, and I know that I have a difference to make in this world that's even beyond Beachbody. And you probably have that same gut feeling. And don't suppress it. Don't suppress it. And then lastly, you desire the flexibility to just work on your own schedule. Like, as a mom of small children, their schedule's all over the place. Like, I wake up before them, then they wake up, then I get them ready for school, and then they go to preschool for half a day, and then we're back together again, and then they work it. Like, my schedule is a complete zigzag all over the place, and I love it because where I'm at in my life phase, I can prioritize my children. And if you're craving that sort of thing in your life phase where you can be more in control, where you can travel freely, where you can design your day, this is the answer here. But you have to understand, it takes a lot of discipline, you guys. Like, it takes a lot of discipline to sit down and say, okay, my kids have gone to bed, and I could either go sit and binge watch Big Brother or hop in my office and go and do a live presentation. And I can tell you, my initial instinct was like, man, I wish I could just go watch Big Brother. But do you know what's bringing me so much more excitement and joy and fulfillment right now? It's this live presentation. I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep tonight because it just invigorates me so much doing this type of thing. So having the opportunity to have flexibility in your work schedule, doing something that you're passionate about, like think about how that would change your whole attitude in life instead of being stuck in a job where you're under somebody else's rules and restrictions all the time. Okay, so moving on. Why here, why now with this team? So we are a 2-time top elite team in the running for our 3rd year as elite leaders. We have multiple full-time income earners, many who have walked away from their full-time jobs so that they could become coaches, okay? A lot of coaches who are earning more than the average full-time working American with their home fitness business. That's pretty amazing. The path to success has already been paved for you. You're gonna have trainings and systems to plug into and eventually duplicate when the time comes. So as you grow your own team, you'll get to duplicate and brand these things for yourself so that you are the face and the leader of everything. And eventually you'll become the elite leader who are doing these types of calls. And if that makes you want to like throw up in your mouth a little bit, hey, that's cool because it did me too 4 years ago, and yet here I am. You get to join my new coach mentorship program to supercharge your business and really kick things off for a solid business foundation and success early on. Not only is this for you, but you can plug in any people who are ready to join you early on in your business. You just plug them directly in. You don't have to worry about the onboarding, the trainings, anything else. You have a foolproof system to get people plugged into. So let me address, first of all, let me take a sip of wine. Okay, P.S. The wine I'm drinking right now, I love it. If you like red wine that's super duper dry and not sweet, Portlandia at Whole Foods is on sale for like $12 and it is like a $24 bottle of wine. So go get you some. Anyway, addressing common questions, holdbacks, and fears. I know for a fact that probably every single person watching this is like, oh, well, this sounds great, but I've got a million things floating through my head. So let's first talk about time. Oh, I don't have the time to do it. I can't put anything else on my plate. And listen, you're validated. I understand. I empathize. I get it. You guys, I think a lot of people forget that, yeah, I work this business full time, but I'm also a stay-at-home mom full time. So I've got a ton of time restrictions as well. You'll learn to set business hours so you're working effectively and efficiently according to your schedule. And then you can unplug and live your life, okay? You'll learn to schedule quality time with your family so you can be present and in the moment. You're gonna have, if you work full time, that's fine too. We have full-time working coaches on our team who do amazing in their businesses. It's a matter of prioritizing and saying, okay, from this hour to this hour, I'm gonna prioritize my coaching business because I do have goals and dreams and aspirations that I want to meet with this. And over time, those things will come true. You can get up early or stay up later. You could find pockets of time throughout the day. Several 15 to 20 minute windows of time make for effective power pockets. Think of all the times, you guys, you pick up your phone and just waste time. Like when you first wake up in the morning, maybe you hit the snooze button like 1,000 times, or maybe you sit there in bed and like scroll social media thinking to yourself like, oh my gosh, why does everyone in the world suck so bad? Why am I even scrolling? Or when you're like using the bathroom, or when you're on lunch break at work, or, you know, just how many times do you pick up and just aimlessly do stupid crap? It's a lot. So this is a way to fill those pockets of time with intention, purpose, and reward. Okay, who could I possibly motivate? I can't even motivate myself. Like, I can't stay on track with anything. Now, here's the deal. When you're telling yourself, okay, well, I have goals and I promise I'm going to do this, I'm going to lose the weight, blah, 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 and you don't say it to anyone else, it's really easy to break that promise to yourself. But if you told your friend, hey, we're going to go to the gym, we're going to meet every day at this time, we're going to complete this routine, we're going to follow this, you know, nutrition program, and we're going to hold each other accountable every single day, and then you just stop talking to her, that would be really, really, really crappy, right? You'd be way less likely to do that. And that's where coaching and the community comes into play. You're all of a sudden plugged into an accountability group, a fit fam of people who are ready to hold you accountable, who are ready to say, no, we're doing this. Why have you stopped showing up? Why have you fallen off the wagon? You know, I don't see you doing this, you know, tell me what's going on. It's a way to feel safe and to be able to vent and to fall off the wagon. Even if you swan dive off and try and light it on fire yourself, you can gracefully get back on because you're going to have people who support you and encourage you to do so. And when over time, these changes and the consistency that you have in your fitness journey, because you do have an accountability group and you do have a fit fam, you're going to get the results that you've been looking for. And you're going to feel so incredibly motivated. And the more results you get, the more passionate you are. And the more passionate you are, you know, the more you want to scream it from the rooftops. The more you share about it, the more people are going to want to join you. And it's this whole ripple effect. Next, oh, this is too expensive. I can't afford it. Now, this excuse drives me crazy because it took me 2 years to even talk about buying a challenge pack to my husband, because I was just like, oh, it's too expensive. I don't see the value in it. I wouldn't even bring it up in conversation because that would be embarrassing. And, you know, it wasn't until I finally said to him, I want to get T25, and I'll be straight up honest with you guys, I didn't even get a challenge pack at first. I told him I wanted to get T25 DVDs. He was like, go for it. After I got the DVDs, I weaseled my way into a challenge group, even though you're supposed to have a challenge pack to get into a challenge group. So you're supposed to be drinking Shakeology and all that stuff. I still weaseled my way in there, and I saw all the other girls raving about Shakeology and how it helped them feel good, their hair grow, they detox, they debloat, blah, blah, blah. Selfishly, I had gotten an awful haircut, and I was like, well, I want my hair to grow faster. I need Shakeology. So then I went to my husband, and I was like, I also want to get the Shakeology stuff, but hey, listen, I could get it at a discount. I could just sign up as a coach, and it'll be great. And he's like, that's fine, do it. But if you want to continue doing it, then find a way to pay for it yourself. And I was like, well, okay. So I signed up as a coach, and I only ever made money since then. Not to say that that's a guarantee for everyone, but you guys, I was gung freaking ho, and if you put your all into this business, you can be the same exact way. I forgot what I was talking about. Where were we here? Oh, it's too expensive. Okay. Is that really a reason? Or are you just scared to bring it up in conversation and have fear that you're not going to be able to commit to it and really utilize it? Battling major health issues is expensive. Yo-yo dieting and buying into fad after fad that doesn't work long-term and you never actually even finish it, that is expensive. Trying to buy tons of organic produce and make your own juice, health shakes and meal prep when you end up with just crap tons of rotten fruits and veggies at the end of the week, that's expensive. We have phenomenal products here, and these products are an exchange. Shakeology counts as a meal or snack. Beachbody replaces classes, personal training sessions, memberships that you're paying for. You'll revamp your grocery shopping habits. And I think you'll find that this is all very affordable and simple to budget. The other day, I went to get my eyebrows waxed. And the lady who was doing my eyebrows, bless her heart, she was just like, oh, I'm a part of this Pilates gym. I love it so much. It's only $60 a month. And I was like, oh, what do you get for $60? Or no. She said $100 a month. I was like, what do you get for $100 a month? Because I was thinking, oh, Beachbody on demand, that's only $100 a year. She's like, it's $100 a month. And I was like, what do you get for that? She's like, oh, it's 4 classes. They're amazing, blah, blah, blah. Like 4 classes for $100 a month? I mean, I didn't like take the wind out of her sails. I was just like, yeah, go girl, that's amazing. That's great. You guys, I don't do well in person. So of course I didn't try and like talk about Beachbody, but holy crap, that is a ripoff. That's expensive. We have phenomenal products here. Like you'll have everything that you need at your fingertips. Plus as a coach, everything's discounted and your results are guaranteed and you have the opportunity to make money. Next, let's talk about like the business side a little bit more, because a lot of people will say, you know, I'm into health and fitness. I don't know about selling products. Maybe I just want to like be a group fitness instructor or start my own gym or something like that. At that point, like more power to you, first of all, because that's great that you're so passionate about it. But at that point, it's going to take hundreds of thousands of dollars to start up your own gym if that's the route that you decide to take. And you're going to be chained to that gym for years before it actually starts to become lucrative, if it makes it, and most gyms don't. And as instructors in a gym or group fitness, you're not going to get paid a whole lot of money at all. And you're tied to your geographical location, income caps, just all sorts of limitations and growth that you could have personally, but also limitations in how you can help other people. With Beachbody, you're not only helping them with their fitness and their accountability, but you're equipping them with new, like simplified clean eating, nutrition through Shakeology, a performance line that's clean and non-toxic. There's the 3-day refresh, which is a vegan-based cleanse. There's the ultimate reset. There's beach bars. There's daily sunshine for kids. I mean, you're filling in all the gaps of everyone's nutritional needs in one spot, and it's virtual. And you have no limits on the income that you can make. The potential here is insane, you guys. I was too afraid to sit down and tell my husband I wanted a T25 challenge pack, which back then it was $250 or $225, I can't remember. Now you get not just one program, but all the programs plus Shakeology for $160. I spent that $200+ 4 years ago, and I've made over $250,000 back. $250,000 back through coaching. And I'm hesitant to say that because people are like, well, holy crap, I can't do what you do. That's insane, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, no, I know, I get it. But the potential is there. Next, I'm not the coach type. Well, I'm not, one of those health and fitness model people. I'm not like, outgoing. I don't have a big following. I don't know what I'm doing on social media. Drop all those excuses, you guys, because everything can be learned. Need another sip of wine. So, let me just tell you, this is an introvert's dream job. Me personally, I'm an introvert. I have social anxiety. Like my husband, he is in a business where he is out in the community a lot, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you want me to come to an event? No. The struggle is real. I don't like small talk. I don't like to go on coffee dates. I don't like to talk on the phone. I don't, honestly. But here's the thing. I do like to get down to the nitty-gritty with people and really dig into how I can help them and how our lives can be transformed, how we can make big changes. And that you better believe I'm getting on the phone, I'm getting on Zoom calls, I'm doing, whatever the heck I can, because that fills up my cup so much. And to be perfectly honest, when I first started coaching, the very first time I got on a Zoom call, which is basically a video chat that we do, I put a sticky note over the camera on my computer because I was so nervous to be a part of a video chat. That's how much social anxiety that I have. I didn't want to be seen on a video chat, you guys. If I could do it, you can do it, okay? This is an introvert dream job. You do it from the comfort of your own home. You get to avoid the small talk. You get to dig into the real passion, the nitty gritty. You're doing this with so much reward behind their extrinsic, intrinsic. And if you're an extrovert, then holy crap, there are so many ways to leverage this business that work for you too. Getting out in your community, getting on the phone with people, meeting up for coffee dates, just the options are endless. There's no right personality to have for this business. There's no right way to look for this business. Your quirks, your insecurities, the obstacles you've overcome, the things, literally the things that you're thinking, I can't coach because those are probably the exact reasons why you should. So twist them around like that. I can coach because of XYZ. All of these reasons that I formerly thought were my obstacles. Next, I don't want to annoy anyone or be salesy. I don't want to, Well, good. You're not allowed to. Nobody signs up with the goal of spamming the world. And if that's your goal, you're not allowed to join this team. You're going to learn how to gracefully share and influence and create curiosity about what you're doing so that people are going to want to ask, so that relationships are more easily built, and so that you can more easily make a positive influence on other people who are watching. Next, I don't have many friends. I don't have a social media following. That's okay. That is also taught, and consider it a blessing that you don't have a whole lot of, jerk-offs in your friends list who might be negative Nancy's. You're starting from square one. So you get to choose your customer base, your friends lists, the people you're connected to. You get to choose your market. My spouse will not support this. So a lot of the women that I talk to, they say, well, my husband, he thinks it's a scam. He doesn't want me to do it. I have to talk to my husband. Oh, he doesn't want me to spend the money. And the spouse is always the one who, brushes it under the rug, who says, no, now's not the right time. What I would highly suggest is, if you're seriously thinking about this, then sit down and have a serious conversation with your spouse. Sit down and say, these are the goals that I'm going to accomplish on my health and fitness journey. And these are the goals that I'm going to accomplish as a coach. And I want you to give me this amount of time to do so. And watch me. Support me, encourage me, and watch me do big things. And I bet that you'll earn his respect and the support will come. Next, certifications, expertise, join the club. My degree is in elementary education. I started coaching when I was, newly postpartum. My body was a disaster and I only knew how to do health and fitness the wrong way, okay? You don't need any certifications to encourage other people and inspire other people, and that's what this boils down to. Next, is this a pyramid scheme? So we talked about a little bit earlier, Beachbody was already successful before network marketing was implemented. Pyramid scheme companies choose to do network marketing and then figure out a type of product that they can quickly sell to people to buy into. And the buy-ins include making the marketers buy into thousands of dollars worth of inventory regardless, and then they're responsible for selling that. And if they don't, then they're screwed. Who cares? That person who bought into it is the one who's screwed, nobody else. We generate income strictly through the people that we help. We don't have to buy into inventory. We house no inventory. We have a beautiful Coach Online office and website set up for us to keep track of everything. It is nothing like that. All we purchase is what we want for our own health and fitness journeys, and then we share our lifestyle out loud and support others and making positive changes in their health and fitness journey as well. So let's talk about startup costs, and we're nearing the end here. And I see your question, Ginger. I just can't read it because the way my phone is set up, so I'll get to it in just a minute. So startup costs. Your investment as a coach is basically the same as like a nice date night, okay? We're talking $160, and it's your materials at a big discount. 12 months of Beachbody on demand, which is a ridiculously amazing arsenal of workouts, comprehensive fitness programs, nutrition guides, meal plans, recipes, everything. A month of Shakeology, the world's greatest botanicals put together perfectly to work for your body long term while tasting delicious and clinically proven to improve your vitality. You get a month, or you get the Portion Fix nutrition system to keep forever, which simplifies clean eating, which I think we could all agree eating is one of the things that people struggle the most with. And you could add on more goodies to your package at a major discount as well, such as the 3-day refresh or recover or energize or beach bars, so on and so forth. The good news is, like I said, you don't have to buy into a whole bunch of products and fill your house with things that you have to sell in order to make your money back. You get what you want, you enjoy the journey, you get results, and then other people are gonna wanna do what you're doing and they purchase it through you. Ongoing business expenses. So to be a coach, there's a $16 a month business fee. But guess what? When you're a coach, you also save 25% on all of your purchases. So everything, Shakeology, beach bars, the performance line, everything, even our whole apparel line, we have shoes, we have all sorts of stuff. It's discounted 25%. 25%! That's huge. So you have a coach business fee, which is $16 a month. However, you're saving 25% on everything else now. Your ongoing costs, if you're drinking Shakeology every month, would be around $99. So even with that $16 a month fee and drinking Shakeology, you're still saving money. If you are a veteran or in the military, you do not have to pay that monthly fee at all. So let's talk about how to earn money as coaches, because I think the biggest goal most people have when they start their coaching journey is, okay, I love this stuff, I want to coach, but my first goal is let me get my products paid for. As coaches, we earn 25% commission, okay? It's actually on challenge packs, which is like the bundles, we earn more like 30% commission. On individual products is 25%, and on Beachbody On Demand, it's 40%. So say you have 10 people who sign up with annual Beachbody On Demand through you, that's $400 a year. I'll take that, right? Okay, so your first level of commission is, or your first level of income is commission. Next, the next little slice is Team Cycle Bonus. Team Cycle Bonus you unlock once you become an Emerald, which means you're a coach and you have 2 of your own personally sponsored coaches sign up under you. And you now earn a weekly bonus according to how well your organization does as a whole. My first 2 coaches were my husband and my best friend. She was willing to be my first testimonial, and I sat Ian down at a table and I was like, listen, I want you to drink Shakeology because you don't eat vegetables and you need some healthy foods in your body. And I became Emerald quickly. And I started earning Team Cycle Bonus. And this is something, a bonus that you get every week, like I said, according to your organization. This grows and grows and grows. It's going to start off being the smallest, most insignificant line item in your paycheck, and it's going to grow to be the biggest, okay? At first, commission's going to be your biggest line item, and before you know it, team cycle bonus will be your biggest. For example, I don't make, okay, I'm not there yet. Okay, let's talk about the third layer of income. Quarterly bonus and matching bonuses. So, quarterly bonuses are paid out every quarter, obviously, for qualifying ranks. 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, 15-star. For example, I am a 7-star coach, so I earn the 5-star bonus every quarter, which is about $3,000 to $4,000 4 times a year. So just by my business existing and holding strong, I earn an extra $16,000 to $20,000 a year. Nice, right? Like, talk about reward. So let me just go back a little bit and give you a realistic understanding of commission, because like I said, this business is not a get-rich-quick type thing. Initially, your paycheck is going to solely be commission, meaning retail. And that's fine. And if you don't want to grow a team, if you don't want to like embrace paying this movement forward and locking arms and becoming a coach and helping other people and all that good stuff, that's fine. You can earn somewhat of an income with just commission. But if you want financial freedom and you want to create a big movement, then you've got to think bigger. Me, for example, I don't earn between $15,000 to $20,000 a month because I'm like a sales machine and I generate tons of commission. I earn that because I built a team who has leaders who are growing and building teams of leaders who are growing and building teams of leaders. If I never built a team, I would help maybe on a good month 20 people. But because I've built a solid team of other women who are so much like me, it's ridiculous. Like, these gals are just my best friends that I never would have ever known in life had it not been for coaching. We help 300, 400, 500 people every single month. That's powerful. It's so powerful. So here's an example, a very modest example. This is not my business plan that I give. Is my business plan here? Oh, there's my business plan. Okay. So I do a call every month for new coaches where I share a business plan where you're going to get to diamond and earn $1,000 within your first 4 months. This is not that, but this is a really modest look at what your income could look like as a new coach. So Alex just wants to buy Shakeology from you. That's $32 commission. Taylor buys a challenge pack. That's $50. Brittany wants Beachbody on demand. That's $40. So in your first month, you've earned $122. Month number 2, Alex wants more Shakeology. That is a consumable product. It's residual. Another $32. Taylor, more Shakeology. Another $32. She becomes a coach because she's like, hey, I want a discount. Kate, she buys a challenge pack and she's like, well, I'm committed to this program for at least a few months. I'm going to sign up as a coach. Now you're an emerald. Kyle buys a challenge pack. That's $50. Sarah buys Beachbody on demand. That's $40. Devin buys a performance pack. That's $27. Month number 2, you're an emerald and you've earned $231. Okay, so you can see just in 2 months with people who are just kind of sporadically buying different things from you, that's $350. Pretty good. When you start coaching, you don't even have to run your own challenge groups. You just co-lead and are able to plug your friends and your family and people who are purchasing through you into those challenge groups. So that's not even anything you have to worry about. Okay, so let's talk about coach perks and recognition. And we are almost done. I don't know where we talk so long on, because usually I'm done in an hour. But anyway, this is my favorite part, this right here, coach perks and recognition. The Beachbody community is filled with praise and recognition from corporate, from your teammates, from your upline, so on and so forth. When you show up to help others, you're praised and celebrated. Most normal jobs lack in this kind of positive reinforcement and happy environment. I always flew under the radar growing up and was never great at anything because I never really tried. I didn't have enough confidence in myself. But once I became a coach, I found that I was praised and recognized more than ever. It was beyond me. I was recognized for posts that I would write to share my story, recognized for rank advancing in my business, recognized for the fact that I was consistent in working my business, which, like, hello, it's a business, right? You should show up to work. Does your boss recognize you for showing up to work every morning? I was recognized for doing what I do, meaning coaching and keeping up with my own health and fitness journey through 2 cross-country moves and 2 pregnancies. I earned gifts and experiences for being elite. I've been asked to host calls, guest speak at Super Saturdays 3 times. I was asked to speak at our annual leadership event last year in Las Vegas. And this year I was asked to speak at our annual coach summit in Indianapolis, Indiana, which had over 20,000 people attending. And this is all because others believed in me and recognized that I'm doing a good job. And that feels so amazing. Being recognized is powerful, and it drives you to work harder. You're praised, you're rewarded, and you're celebrated for so much in this business. And beyond that, I have gifts and incentives that make hitting goals for my team all that much more fun, because you're gonna earn tools that are gonna help you in your business. Plus, with Beachbody, there are monthly prizes for doing the bare minimum in your business growth, like hats, shirts, books, samplers, personal development, all kinds of things. And you can even earn, which, let me see, is this showing up on my screen? This picture right here, and then these pictures down here, and this and this. These are from our annual all-inclusive trips that we earn as coaches. Like, we just get to go. Every year, my husband and I get to go on a honeymoon because of what I do through coaching. And it's the best. We can bring our children, but I decide not to. He wants to, but I'm like, no, I'm not bringing them. Leave me alone, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. Don't make me bring them. So we've been to Punta Cana, Riviera Maya. We've been on a cruise. And then next year in 2019, we've already earned our spot on the cruise to the Bahamas on the newest, most largest cruise ship in the world, I believe. The Harmony of the Seas, I think it's called. Anyway, so if that's not incentive, I don't know what your job offers you for showing up and just doing the bare minimum, but this is what mine does. So anyway, what's next? So once you sign up, in your first week, you're gonna get immediate access to the Solid Business Foundation modules. There's 8 of them. You're gonna be set up for success. You go through it at your own pace. You could do it all in one day or spread it out, 1 module a day. It's up to you. But this is gonna get most of your questions answered. Then the following week, we're gonna go through marketing, where I'm gonna share all my marketing secrets, how to market on Facebook, Instagram, how to announce that you're a coach, how to share without selling, how to create curiosity, how to connect and reach out to people without being icky, all that good stuff. And then once you've really nailed those first 2 weeks, which it might take 2 weeks, it might take longer, and that's fine. We will move on to business building, collaborating so that you are growing your team, you're advancing to diamond, star diamond, beyond. Now, the time has come. 10:05 p.m. I don't even know how my eyes are still open. 10:05 p.m. It's decision time, pass or commit. Option number 1, are you ready to inject some fun, excitement, and growth into your life? This is an opportunity to be your own hero, to fight for something amazing, and to become an influencer and inspiration instead of being the one waiting for it. If you decide to pass, you save yourself from having to do anything outside your comfort zone. Life continues as normal and you save $160. 6 weeks from now, you wonder what might have been if you'd committed, but you take comfort in knowing that you didn't have to fail or look silly in front of your peers. Your dreams stay shelved, your ego is protected, and life goes on. If you decide to commit, you join us and have exponential growth over the next 6 weeks. You're surrounded by like-minded positive influences. You feel more fired up than ever. You're making healthy changes in your life and starting to look and feel like the you know you're meant to. That's what it boils down to, you guys. Like, which one do you want? And so I encourage you, the next steps, you've got to message the person who invited you to be here or who inspired you to be here. Share your decision. Are you wanting to commit as a coach? What are your goals? It's okay if you have selfish goals. It's okay if you're like, I just want to coach because I want to get into the best shape of my life and maybe earn a little bit of income. Or if you're like, I want to coach because I want to leave my job and I want to earn shit tons of income. Like, whatever your goals are, share them with the person who inspired you to be here and tell your why. Be open and honest about it. And step 3 is getting signed up. And that person will help you do so. And you'll get plugged into our new coach mentorship, which starts off next week. So this is perfect timing. Thank you guys all for joining me. Okay, that is for a different call. Thank you guys all for joining me. I hope you learned a lot and are so fired up and you can't even wait to get started. And I will talk to you guys soon and see you on our team page, right? Jana, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. Okay, everyone, I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Okay, wait, my finish button won't let me click it.